Hello guys, welcome to Learning from Home channel. Now in this tutorial, we are going to talk about editing data in Microsoft Excel. And editing data, we talk about overwriting or editing cell content, editing formula or function, using undo and redo, find and replace, and go to. Now what you see here, that is a cell. Now when I click this, it means this is an active cell. An active cell, it is a cell that is ready to accept an input. So if I type this and I click this or select this, this is an active cell. So how can you overwrite or edit cell content? Let's create a different sheet and start with the first one. Now, so I'll create different sheets here. Okay, so let me start and I'll write Monday, Tuesday. So, okay, let me increase size. Then I have 10, 20, 30. Okay, so let's say I have these figures. Let me increase the size as well. So I have these figures here, and I have days of the week. Okay, so now I want to, the first one is to, that's a edit cell overwriting or editing cell content. So when you go to the sheet 2, that is a cell content. So whatever is here is a cell content. Now how can you edit it, overwrite? So in order to do that, one, you can just double click on the cell to just edit the content. So if I want to edit this content, just double click on it and you can see the cursor or the insertion point blinking. So you can now move with the directional keys to where you want to. So if you want to delete the Y, you can just make it T. After that, you hit the enter key and now you've edited it. Or you can just go to double click it and the same thing, Y, and enter, you're done. If you don't want to double click, just select the text. Now when you select the text, start typing. Now as soon as you start typing, it's going to clear off everything there. So see, as soon as I start, it's going to clear off. So let's say I want to do this one and just select it. Don't double click, just click on once. Now start typing. It means you want to just take everything off from the cell. But if you want to edit just a singular letter, just double click and now locate to where you want to edit it. Okay, there's another way too. Select the cell, now go to, this is a formula bar. This is a name box and this is a formula bar. The name box contains the number or the cell reference. So this is L. This is L, this is I. So this is I, column I, and row 12. So you can see that it's here, column I, row 12. When you select this, column I, row 13, you see what's here. Now, this L3, no, okay, 11. Now, this, 12. You can see L12. Now, when you select this, it's L20. So this is a name box, that's a reference of the cell, and this is the content, this is the content of the cell. So if you want to edit to, just select this, now click on the formula bar and start editing. So you can start editing this, you can just type in just only this and it's going to take effect here. So that is a way to overwrite or edit cell content. Now let's say you want to change, you see you have Y. You want to change everything here. You want to change all the Y over here. How are you going to do it? Don't worry, when you get to the find and replace, we'll talk about that. Now the next one is how to edit formula or function. Edit formula or function. Now what is formula and what is function? Function is the inbuilt formula in the MS Excel. So this is Microsoft Excel. It has inbuilt function in it. So that is a function. So inbuilt formula is a function. So let's say you want to calculate everything here from this here up to this side. You want to find the total. Now in order to find the total, just click or select where you want the total to be. If you want it to be this side, select that. If it's this side, you can just select that as well. Now after selecting, go to the Home tab. Now if you see we have an auto sum here, the Home tab, there's an auto sum. So click on the auto sum. Now you want what? Sum. So sum is the total. So click on the total. As soon as you click on the total, now the function select the number you've typed. And if you want to just select this, then you click on the OK. So now you have 720 over here. You can just bring it here as well, the same place. Now click on auto sum. Now you can just select it over here. Then hit OK. It's going to sum it over here. So when you click on the, let's say this side, when you click on the auto sum, you can now, when it gets highlighted, now you can now hold your left button mouse, now press and hold it and drag across where you want it to total it for you. So if I want only this, I can just go to this, now only this 5, and I'll release my hand. When you're done, it's telling you that from L14 to L9. So this is L column. Now this is L14. Okay, so L14 to L what? 9. So L19. So that's the 80. So L14 to L19. This is the space. So if you want this to be calculated, then hit on the enter key, and now it's been done. So that is a way to calculate it, or so that is a function. Or if you want to edit the function as well, when you click on the function being generated, check on the function or formula bar. You see the function is here. So this is 23, right? You can now make it 20. So you can start from L, double click on it. Now delete, use the directional keys to locate where you want to delete. Now 2, and now let's add 0, so 20. And we're going to take effect here. So hit on the enter key, and you see it has taken effect over this side. So you can just double click to just edit the content, or you can just select it and then go to the formula bar to edit the content as well. So this is an inbuilt, and that is a function. Then what is formula? Formula is what you create. Is the function, they are there to ease us, is it to stop wasting time. But if you think you want to create your own formula, you can still do that. Now how can you do that? Now let's say you want to select the text here. Now you want to add this. So this is L10. So you can write L10, then plus. So you write equal to L10. Okay. So make sure before you start any formula, you bring equal to. So L10. Now this is L12. Okay. So L12, then plus what? L13. Okay, so plus L14 plus L15 plus L16 plus L17 plus L18 plus L19 plus L20. Okay, then when you're done, you can hit on the enter key, and you still have this as well. Or you can just type in anywhere you want to keep the result. Now go to the formula bar, and you can still type in equal to L. So you can still L12 plus L19 plus L23. So you can add only these 3 numbers here. Then you hit on the enter key, and you are done. You have the answer there. So that is a formula, and that is a function. So how to edit formula and how to edit function as well. So you double click on it to edit the formula, or you click and you go to the formula bar to edit over here. Okay, so that is it for that. Now let's go to the next one. That is the undo and redo. Undo and redo. So you can see that I've done a lot of, let me delete this. Okay, so at first, let's go for auto sum. Okay, so we have the auto sum here, and with this, now let's edit it, and I'll make it around 20. Okay, so 20. Okay, so we see that at first, now this ends up to this Tuesday, but at first when we just started the auto sum, we had everything here, but I overwrite it and I got what? This. So now if you want to undo, now it means select the whole thing. Now go back. At first the whole thing was selected, so that's the undo. So when you click on that, you can just go to undo and see the undo, the whole thing. Oh, okay. So undo, just go to undo and let's see what happens. You will see. So until now the whole thing is now gone back. So when you double click, you see that everything here is selected. Now if you think now you want to just start from where you started already, now go to redo. Now with the redo, so that's the undo. So you have 780 now. Control plus Y, that's the redo, and the undo is control plus what? Plus Z. So that's the undo. So let's say you've typed in car horn, okay? Now you are done. And you want to delete the horn. So you've deleted the horn. So you have it already. Now you want to go back to bring the car horn. So you just go to undo and the car horn will come. But if you think you want to still take off the horn, you don't need to just double click or go to this side and delete. Just go to redo. Since you done it already, just go to redo. So undo, now redo. Okay, so let's say you are done with this. Now you've deleted this, and I go to undo. So undo is there. If you want to take it off again, you just go to redo, and okay, so redo, and the redo is going to take the horn off. So that is the undo and redo. So when you are just entering data and you make mistakes, don't delete the whole data. Now go to undo, and the error is going to be cleared. You can go to redo to bring back the error again as well. Okay, now the other one is find and replace. Find and replace. So under find and replace, how can you do the find and replace? So let's say the first one, if you want to edit this content without pressing the enter key, you can just press the F2 and you're going to edit it as well. So see F2. Now you see you'll be given the insertion point and you can start editing. So now with this, let me also add the F2 or the functional key, that's the F2, to just edit it as well. So that's the F2. Okay, now the next one that I can talk about is the find and replace. Now find and replace. Find is control plus F. So find, this is control plus what? Plus F. So let me add it over here. So find is control plus F, and replace is control plus H. Okay, so find control plus F and replace control plus H. If you want to just type it on the keyboard, you can do that. I'll show you where it's located or can be found on the page as well. So now let's go to the find and replace. You see we have Y, Y, Y. Each of the letter here ends with Y. So you want to change all the Y to G. Now the first thing is you want to change the entire document. Just click on the control plus F. Okay, and you're going to find it, control plus F, and you're going to find it, or so that's control plus F, and you're going to find what? Or just go to the home tab, now home tab, and go to sort. Oh so go to the home tab. Let's see if we can find the find over here. Okay, so let's go to the file. Is it there? Okay, now edit. Good. So we have it at the here, find. Okay, but under normal Windows, and when using Microsoft Windows, it is there. You see that you have find is around this side. But this, when using Mac OS operating system, you have to go to the insert, and the find is going to be over here. So find. So you can now find. So let's say you want to find this whole sheet. You want to find Y. Now when you're done, so find what? That's Y, right? So find next. So we see that it's going to highlight all the words that has what? All the words that have Y in it. So the first one is the Wednesday, it has Y. You see Thursday has Y, Friday has Y, Monday has, Tuesday has, Wednesday has, in that order. So you can just rotate it all the time. We're going to scrutinize the whole document and fish out the letters that have, or the words that have Y in it. Either could be before or in the middle or at the end. It is just searching for the letter Y. So as soon as it gets it, it finds it there, it's going to highlight it for you. Okay, now let's say we want to replace all the Y here. We want to replace all the Y here. And if when you click on the find, you see we have replace here. But in case you are not having replaced, the shortcut key for replace is what? That's the Control plus F, H. So the replace here is Control plus H. So Control and H, we are going to replace it. The same thing is going to pop up. So you have a replace here. So now what you're going to do is now find. So let's go to the sheet. Now Control and H, or you go to the same. If it is Windows, you go to the same find at the side, then you go to replace. Or if it is Mac OS, you go to the file edit tab, then find, and go to what? Replace. Okay, so now replace. What do you want to find here? So you want to search for Y. Okay, I want to search for Y. So you see, find this. It is just identifying the letters or the words that have Y. So, and here is replace with. So which letter do you want us to replace with? Let's say you want to replace it with T. So now when you click on replace, it's going to replace the very first one being highlighted or circled. So let's see. So replace. You see the rest, it didn't replace them, but it replaced only the first one. But when you go to replace all, it's going to replace all. It tells you here, all done. We made 11 replacements. So done. So it means it searched for the whole document and you got about 11 replacements and it has made it. So let's say with this, you have a lot of text, but with this text, you don't want to replace all the text. You want to replace just few of them. How can you do that? Because what you did here is going to replace everything that has Y in it. But let's say you want to replace only few ones. How can you do that? So let's try this. So let's select what you want to replace. So we want to replace this, right? Now Control and H, or you go to the edit tab, find and replace. Or if it is Windows, you go to the find here and just select replace. Okay, so now those ones that you selected, let's search for Y. So find next. So it can't find data that you are searching for. So good. You are searching for T. Okay, so find next. Let's see. You see, so T. You see, it is now just rotating within the selected cells. So now you want to replace it with Y. Now Y. Now replace all. Replace first one. Replace second one, or replace all. Now, so done. 6 replacements made. Close. So now you see that this side have been replaced by Y, but this over here haven't. Why? Because we selected only this one. only this one. So it depends on where you select. So when you select all, it's going to apply to all. When you select only 3, it's going to apply to only the 3 that you selected. So now if you want to do everything together, I can just highlight all, then the same thing, Control plus H, then T. Okay, so that's the T, and now you're going to replace it with Y. Right, so Y. So now let's replace all. So if you place everything here, but you see that here instead of Tuesday, it has made it as what? Tuesday and Saturday, which is Saturday, Thursday, everything. So that is, then as for this, you can just correct it, or the same thing, you can just copy this, copy that, then Control plus H, you go to search, you paste it here, search, then you make the proper spelling of what? Of this. So then replace all. Now done. Okay, so that is a way to find and replace. And now the last one is go to. Let's say if you want to locate a cell without moving the cursor, maybe this is T16. You want to come here, and without moving the cursor or the mouse to this side to click. How can you do that? That's where you use the go to. And the go to, it is Control plus G. That's a go to. Control plus G. So let me add it here, and it is Control plus G. That's a go to. Or you go to the Edit tab, then Find, and go to, that's a go to, is over here. So that is a go to. Okay. So that is it. Now let's try then and see. So I said in order to go to the go to tab or the function, go to Find, Edit, and Find, and go to, is over here, right? If you're using normal Windows, go to the Find and go to a cell under the Home tab and click on the Go To. So you want to move it, the cursor or the cell, to let's say P12. You want to make this cell active as this now. Currently the cursor is here, or this cell is active. You want to make P12 active. How can we do that? Now Control plus G, go to. Okay. Now what is the cell reference? You want to go to P12. Now click on OK. Like you see P12. The same thing if you want to go to, oh, you don't want to print. If you want to go to L20, just type L20 and OK. And going to L20, you see it's over there. Now let's say if you want to specialize it, you want to go to all formulas. So let's come to this side and let's go to the auto sum and hit on OK. Now let's add here, that's an not auto sum. So you want to go to maximum. So maximum you select all and you add maximum. Now let's go for minimum as well. So you want minimum. Okay, so we have 3 functions here, right? So we have this as a maximum. So we have this function as max. We have this as min, right? And we have this as sum. So we have 3 functions here. Now you can just you can use the go to just highlight the cells that have functions or formulas. In order to do that, just go to that is a Control plus G, or you go to the File tab and Find and go to, or Find and click on go to. Now we'll go to Special. Now Special, so you have comment, you have constant, formulas. So now let's choose some formulas. Now let's click on OK. So you can see that those places that have formulas have now been highlighted. So you can see now when you click on this, it has a formula. When you click on this, it has formula or function. When you click on that, it has formula or function. So that is a way to indicate, to use the go-to to indicate where you want to go. To just identify formulas or functions, or to identify a cell reference, or to identify active content or whatever. So that is a way to use the go-to as well. So these are the shortcuts that can enable you to, if you don't want to use the mouse, you just be moving all over the screen and just use the keyboard as well, and off you go. Alright, so that is the end for this tutorial and for editing data. So today we talk about overwriting or editing cell content. That's the F2, editing formula or function, using undo and redo. And for the undo and redo, let me just, for the undo and redo, let me add this control plus Z, that is for undo, and control plus Y, that is a redo. So control plus X is undo, and control plus Y is what is redo. And we talk about find and replace. Find is control plus F, and replace is control plus H. Now go to, that's the control plus Z. So these are the shortcut keys that you can use at least to aid you work fast and naturally accurate. Alright, so thank you for today, and I'll see you in the next video.